update for MeteoMark. Here we go. May 8th, 2013. Thank you, Lenny Mandela, for sending in some pictures here. Beautiful pictures from New Jersey. Let's take a look. We got some cumulus clouds and a mix of other clouds here in Roseland, New Jersey. This was yesterday. Look at these towering cumulus clouds in the background, overcast, obscure. This is ahead of that coastal, well, I can't really call it a coastal storm because the low pressure is inland, but it's receiving a lot of its moisture from the Atlantic. Here we go. We've got another one here from, looks like his neighborhood here. We've got another overcast cumulus, alto cumulus, and some thin cirrus as well above, creating all of that atmospheric conditions for overcast skies, signifying rain and storms moving in, which of course they did today. And the last picture here, you can see some blue sky here amongst some of the cumulus clouds. Very little though, very overcast. And this is the rule across much of the Northeast. Thank you, Lenny, for sending these in. This really paints a picture of what it looked like in New Jersey yesterday and across much of the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic. Let's take a look at Lucas D. from Linden, Texas here. Here we go. Thank you, Lucas. Here we go. We got some nice pictures here from much of the sky here obscured, but some light coming through, creating a beautiful, picturesque view of some clouds. Look at these clouds too. Very rigid, very, the pattern is quite interesting, and very interesting striations of clouds. Here we got some more flowers. Interesting here. Wow, look at this. They're clustered quite closely together here. The growth is getting very dense here in Texas. And we got some, looks like raspberries here. Those look really good. Very, very close snapshot of some raspberries. Very nice. Here is a very nice butterfly here. Beautiful snapshot of a butterfly. Almost looks like summertime here in Texas. Hey, we got some more, as you can see, all the growth is on the trees here. These next three pictures, look how beautiful. Very nice. Look at these blue skies. Really, really nice. We've been seeing some blue skies here in the north and the northeast here, but we have to say goodbye to those. And here's the last picture, and here we are. Ah, he caught some birds. They almost look like, I don't know if they're bald eagles or, they look like some very, very big bird. So, yes, and Lucas had a question. Yes, I did actually capture some of those pictures you saw the other day. I did capture them on my Canon, and I use a Canon camera. And this is what I use, is macro, 60mm macro lenses on it right now. This is a Canon T3i EOS Rebels. And one of my favorite lenses, of course, is the 70 to 200mm Canon zoom lens, 1:4. It's got an f-stop of 4, made in Japan. Very nice lens. Highly recommended if you're in the Canon series, because this is where I capture a lot of my deer pictures and wildlife, as well as I can get very good landscapes with this as well. So yes, that is exactly what I use, Lucas. This camera right here, and just got it recently, and I'll be doing some review. I'm going to have, of course, I can't remember, I think I did the unboxing for it, but I will also do a review on this camera. Okay, let's get back to weather, and we've got a number of things going on here. 48-hour quantitative precipitation amounts across the United States. Look at this large swath. We're going to have a triple barrel low pressure system move across the country here. We got that low wrapping up here in the Northeast. Look at this, 1 to 3 inches of rain across much of upstate New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, extending down towards Kansas and Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, and parts of Mississippi. This is a wide range of real estate across the nation. And let's get right into Thursday. We're almost to TGIF. Thank God, almost. This has really been a long week. And it's been a long week in the weather, too. Here, we've got much of the entire eastern portion of the country here, dominated by this triple barrel low pressure system here. And you can see here, this system in the northeast will slowly weaken, but it will continue with showery, mainly AM showers and heavy rain, but those will be pushing up into northern New England. And then we get this low pressure cold front with low pressures riding along it across much of the country. This is where we're going to get some severe weather in the center of the portion of the country, Texas, Oklahoma, parts of Kansas, possibly over to Arkansas and Louisiana later on in the forecast period. And we get towards portions of Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, and Illinois. That's where we could see another round of, or actually secondary round of severe weather here across this area for your Thursday, and with this low pressure system. And this is exactly what we've got going on. Friday, we head right on into Friday, and this rainfall in some of these portions will cause problems. Keep in mind those rainfall amounts I mentioned are for a wide area, and some areas end up getting more, like today in Brooklyn, New York, got more than 2.40 inches of rain this morning, and much of upstate New York and Pennsylvania have had isolated reports up to 2 inches. Some reports near Williamsport up to 3 inches. So a lot of secondary individual cells that pop up could drop even more heavier rain, and that could cause flash flooding. Friday, we're looking at that severe weather outbreak actually pushing into Pennsylvania, parts of Maryland, and extending down towards southern and central Ohio and down in through the northern Appalachians here. And it might clip portions of upstate New York, maybe the western Catskills and the southern tier. I'm not exactly so certain on that at this time because of the instability parameters, but it's going to be very close here with that warm front and then that cold front to the west, and severe thunderstorms here across the Mid-South here. Those will push east across the Mid-South. Damaging winds, large hail being the main threat in both these bullseyes for severe weather. And heading on into your day Saturday, the entire front sweeps off the East Coast, brings in some drier air and cooler air for that matter. And let's get to temperatures here. Temperatures showing a cold shock will spread across the northern tier of country. The northern Great Lakes, you can see the first hints of it. Warm air here in the plains supporting that severe weather, 80s, 70s. Here in the northeast, we'll have a few more days of 60s and 70s before we transition later on in the weekend to 50s, and then eventually to start the work week, upper 40s and low to mid 50s throughout much of the northeast and northern New England and Great Lakes. Like me on Facebook at MeteoMark, subscribe to me on YouTube at MeteoMark.com, website MeteoMark.com. Here's a 4-day forecast for my hometown viewers from Binghamton, Elmira, and the northern tier counties of Pennsylvania. Looking on into the day on your Thursday, it's going to be a little bit of a rainy, wet start, but we'll have those scattered showers around, so maybe some heavier downpours. We're going to look for a high approaching the upper 60s, give or take a few degrees. Lows will be around 50. We're heading on to the day on Friday, TGIF. We're looking pretty wet again. Scattered showers and some heavier embedded rain showers likely towards afternoon. Could be looking, it'll be scattered throughout the day, but you'll have to dodge those raindrops. We'll get up near, it actually might be approaching pretty warm by about the time 2 or 3 p.m. We could be approaching the low 70s, 72, 73 degrees, with a low around 53. I want to make mention, we could have some strong thunderstorms in the southern portion of our forecast area. So look for a possibility of damaging wind and large hail south of the New York-Pennsylvania border, along my northern tier counties of Pennsylvania and Scranton area. Saturday and Sunday, we're looking pretty much drier both days, but cooler. We'll be down into the 50s, 59 by your Sunday. That's going to do it for MeteoMark.